So we're going to go over the RDW process, the read, draw, write process, and to remind you that this is really helpful when doing word problems. So the first thing that you can do is, first thing you should do is read the problem. That's where the R comes from. When you read that problem, you're going to be focusing on three main parts. You're going to be underlining the question, bracket important information, and circling verb and keywords. After you've read the problem, you should draw. You're going to draw a model and label, or you're going to ask yourself, can I draw something? What can I label? What do I see? What can I learn from my drawing? Meanwhile, you should always be going back to the word problem and taking this information that you found when you read and applying it down here when you're drawing. So constantly going back, rereading, and using it. Then you're going to write a number sentence. So you're going to write that equation, that number sentence. And when you're all done, you should write a word sentence. Explain your thinking. So answer the problem. Don't forget your units. And whatever that you were solving for, those are your units. And don't forget to include them. This can be found in Google Classroom also. I've posted it for you there if you need it as a reference. So let's go ahead and do a word problem. Okay. Richard is raising money. He needs $45 for new Legos. He earns $17 in one weekend. After that, he earns $7 per day. How much more money does he need, and how many more days will it take him to earn it? So we're going to go back to that RDW process, and there was three things that we needed to make sure that we did while we're reading the problem. Do you remember what those three things were? One of them is to underline the question. So we go back and we reread, and the question always has a question mark. So we're going to underline that question. How much more money does he need, and how many more days will it take him to earn it? So in that question, I see the word and. And is a key word to me. And tells me that I have two parts to this question. So, since there's two parts, I bet that I might have to do two different operations to solve this problem. All right, I'm going to go back, read again, see what are those other two items I'm looking for, or other two things that I have to do related to the R process. Bracket important information. Richard is raising money. He needs $45 for new Legos. All right, so important information, needs $45. And that's actually a verb. That's a key word. So that tells me he needs that much money. He earns $17 in one weekend. So in one weekend, he gets $17 and he earned that money. So he got that. That tells me he received that money. He's going to need this much and he received that. After that, he earns $7 per day. $7 per day. So in one day, he earns $7 after that. So after that, he earns $7 per day. How much more money does he need, and how many more days will it take him to earn it? Okay, so I think I'm ready now to start drawing. I'm going to go back and reread and figure out what's going to be the best way for me to draw this. Richard is raising money. He needs $45, and I know that he gets some money. He earns some money, and then he earns some more. So if I was to draw my my mind is drawing a blank right now on what this is called, but this represents the total. So if I was to draw this, this would represent my total. And my total that he needs is how much? $45. So this represents how much he needs. He needs $45. I know he earned 17 in one weekend. So part of this is how much he earned in one weekend. $17. The rest of it must be how much more money he needs. So there's several different ways that we can do this. But, from my brain, I see this as I have a total, and I have part of that total, and I need to find the rest of that total. So what operation could I use to fill this in, to solve for this missing amount? Subtraction. 45 minus 17. Can I take 7 from 5? No, I cannot. So I must regroup, go to my tens place. I'm going to borrow one of those tens. One of those tens I'm going to make into 10 ones. And I already have 5 ones. So now I have 15 ones. 15 ones minus 7 ones is 8 ones. 3 tens minus 1 10 is 2 tens. Don't forget my units, my dollar sign. So that means that this amount of my total, is $28. Am I done now? How much more money does he need? Got that. And how many more days will it take him to earn it? Nope, I'm not done yet. So I know that he needs $28 more, but I still have to find out how many more days will it take him to earn it. Well, I know he earns $7 per day. So I take my 28, and in one day, he earns 7. So how can I find out how many 7s there are in 28? If we know our multiplication, our math facts, we can fill in this equation. Or we can do the inverse operation of division to find out how many days. So how many days will it take him? If you don't know your facts, could we do this? Repeated addition. 2 7s is 14. And we keep going until we get to 28? Sure we can. But hopefully at this point, you guys know your math facts. So it takes him 4 days. So then we would show that this amount right here is split into groups of 7, 4 groups of 7. So each of these is $7. That would give him his $28 remainder that he needs to earn. So now we need to go and make sure we write a word sentence that explains what we solved. How much more money does he need? Richard needs 28 more. $28 more. And how many more days will it take him to earn it? It will take him 4 more days.